Dubbo City Regional Airport is one of the largest regional airports in New South Wales, operating 25 flights a day to and from Sydney and Broken Hill. Dubbo Airport has taken a number of steps to make the terminal more sustainable. About 3 years ago, the airport undertook an energy audit through their terminal, as well as undertaking a large redevelopment of the existing airport.
What we're trying to do is to not just save money through electricity savings, but also be more sustainable. Aviation in general probably gets a bad rap with climate change. Airports are probably not the biggest polluters in the world. What we did is we did a major project 3 years ago on our main taxiway to facilitate a larger Qantas aircraft. So we widened the taxiway. During that time we had to disconnect the lighting, and what we did is actually brought some solar lights in on trial. Now those solar lights proved to be a win for us. They're portable, so we could move them around. So once we'd finished on the project, we could actually move them to a secondary taxiway, and we made the decision to buy some more and completely light that taxiway up. So it's a win for us. Now originally we were going to spend $80,000 powering that taxiway in our budget, so these lights cost us about 10 grand all up. The battery life is about 4 years. We haven't replaced any batteries as yet, so it's a huge win for us and it's a huge win for the environment.
Some of the smaller sustainability initiatives at Dubbo City Regional Airport include the ongoing cost of the lights and other savings.
There's only the batteries to replace, so there's no other running costs. To put grid power there, just to run those lights would have been about $4,000 a year. What we've mainly done with water is where we used to have a timer turning on sprinklers overnight, we actually cut that back to once every 3 days instead of every night. In the men's toilets we installed desert blocks in the urinals, which only require about between 12 and 20 litres a day to use to flush them, whereas we had the old automatic systems in the terminal before, which every 4 minutes flushed about 5 litres per urinal. So that's a huge saving in water. Other areas we looked at were our gardens. Now we removed a lot of the flowers from the gardens and we put in drought tolerant plants, which will just sit there in the sun, don't need very much water. I mean, we've just come out of 10 years of drought, but we found that they were low maintenance and did very well on very little water. It's had a positive effect on the staff and also myself. You feel like you're doing your part, and we've been able to send that message through to our organisation. Certainly there's other, like our parks and land care guys are seriously looking about some of their measures, and they're doing some wonderful things. But just in simple things that you can do, like putting light sensors into offices and toilets that are not used all day long, it means you can have the lights off. And they are a simple measure. We are a business of council, and a business needs to look at its costs, and certainly it's had a cost benefit to us.
Business sustainability can be achieved by projects, but also through redevelopment, recycling and incorporating the old into the new. The lessons learnt and clear outcomes at Dubbo Airport can benefit other regional operations.
You don't have to spend a lot of money to save significant amounts of money. You know, like I said, we spent $10,000 on solar taxi lights, $500 each on these sensors. So there's probably 5 or 6 of those in the building. We put some timers on our fluoros. Now those fluoros are, I forget, there's probably over 100 of those fluoros in our terminal. You need to have a focus on, when you are redeveloping, what sustainability measures you need to take. In dollar terms, just by using the original terminal and building around it when we redeveloped in 2005, we looked at a saving of $400,000 in structural steel, and just by simple things like garden beds around the terminal, we used some old sandstone which was pulled out of one of our main streets in Dubbo, which was 100 years old. We also used old carpet from the terminal in our non-public areas, So it was about a $16,000 saving on carpet. They're simple things that you can do if you just put a bit of thought into it.